So, our speaker today, Janet, some years ago used to work in a comedy club where she had a few interesting adventures, like the time she found herself in a rowboat with Jim Carrey. Edith, our musician today, sings her way into our hearts because she connects with the divine and goes with the flow. Let's relax now and listen as Edith sings us into meditation, and then we will hear Janet's message for the day, for Mother's Day. Take it away.
Comes a time when you make a decision and you face the fork in the road. Comes a time when you take that decision right up to the fork in the road. And one direction leads you round and round in circles, round and round in circles, where you came from before. And another pathway beckons to hold to your vision with faith and commitment. There's a whole lot more. Sometimes I'm a cloud, all cumulonimbus, lighter than air, with my head in the clouds. All of my life going round and round in circles, floating along with no feet on the ground. But I can see my solutions sitting there in front of my nose. Oh, and all of my life going around sometimes that's how the whole thing goes. Oh, that one direction leads you round and round in circles, round and round in circles, where you came from before. But that other pathway beckons. Be strong in your vision. Be wise in your vision. With faith and commitment, there's a whole lot more. Comes a time, comes your time, when you make a decision and you reach the fork in your road. Comes a time when you take that decision right up to your fork in the road. In the road.
Now we close our eyes or have a soft gaze to the floor and take a deep breath in as you exhale, and imagine any stress or discomfort leaving your body now. And we do this for 3 more breaths, allowing each one to go a little deeper into the body. We begin with the knowledge of the nature of God. God is infinite peace, infinite wisdom, infinite love, and infinite life. All that God is, we can realize as the truth within us. We begin in this celebration of the whole holy power within, our Christ consciousness, our true nature. We breathe in this peace. We breathe out this peace. And we go into the silence for just a moment to be in this moment, in the knowledge of God as your divine parent. The divine parent with a harmonious heart. In the silence. And with focus now and your attention on your heart, think of someone who has been a mother to you, either your actual mother or a person in your life who has cared for you, loved you, and guided you to the person you are now. Feeling the love this person has given you, and allowing that love to travel throughout your body, filling you up until you are overflowing with it. And now take a moment to send this person silent blessings. Thank them for sharing their love with you. And imagine the joy that they have felt from you. We now extend this love to all the mothers and children of the world. And we allow this universal life force that exists in each of us to be born anew in you, always available, allowing this nurturing energy to be with you as love unconditionally each and every day. And on this day, we also imagine Mother Earth. See her clearly in your mind as you know her in this present moment. Observing her, holding that divine image of her, feeling loved and grateful for her. And we imagine all of the feminine mother energy standing with her, Mother Earth, and our own representation of the Divine Mother that has nourished you. And we say, I love you, Mother. You have taught me what love is. You've shown me. You've shown me tenderness. You've allowed the blossom of my own version of my spiritual nature in a human body. I love you unconditionally, and I thank you. I thank you. And as we know, this flow of love, this universal life force, is moving quickly out into our world as we know it. And we affirm, I am spiritually strong and centered in divine love. And with this affirmation, I am a harmonious presence. I embody divine love in the presence of others. I live in the harmony of divine love as we go in to the silence. We are reminded in this moment of this day, this sacred day for you, to practice unconditional love. And throughout your day, take a few moments to practice, to live in this presence, this circle of caring, and this circle of love. We close our time of meditation and prayer, remaining aware of the oneness with God. And we live in this state of wholeness, for we know that we are here to be the light of the world. And coming back to this place and time, we are grateful and at peace. And you can wiggle your fingers and toes and know that you are back present in this Zoom circle today. And today's message is about your wisdom circle. And we're going to focus this day, this message, on expanding this circle in you. And so to do this, what I would like to do is have us all call in the mothers, the grandmothers, and the mentors that have shaped our lives. They've shaped our lives in this circle of love. And happy Mother's Day. We revere in this holy miracle of life, given to us by the divine, nurtured by the feminine, and complemented by pure spiritual intelligence. We are so grateful. And as we live as integrated souls, we share this with others. We naturally and authentically share this with the world. And this in turn enables our deep, deep interconnectedness with all things. We are hardwired to connect. We are designed to live and be in circles of love. Everyone came here. We all came here from the round circle of our mother's womb, a mother's womb, and we arrived here in the same way. And we are here together in a wisdom circle of caring where each person expresses expanding their light, their grace, their truth, and their authenticity. Wisdom is that quality that comes from a value-inspired life, and circles appear everywhere in the universe. A circle has no beginning or end, but it symbolizes the sacred evolution and transformation indwelling in each soul. And these circles also contain our cycle of growth as we feel the wisdom and spiritual energy of all participants as one. Spiritual wisdom flows, and our personal connection with this presence of the Great Spirit, we all have arrived in this feminine place, this collective wisdom of the masculine and feminine that are the attributes necessary for us to vibrate life. And so I'm so glad we're here to celebrate this together today. We stand together with this affirmation, and say it out loud as you're there in your own space, but connected with all. I have the power to create my world and create my circle of caring. I have the power to create my world and create my circle of caring. The body is only an instrument for the spirit. And I think we all are aware and know that. We know that we live in the arms of the divine feminine, the creative, nurturing aspect of all of life. And we know that spirit is with us. It brings artistry and newness to every venture. And we can go about every day in gratitude and assurance. Such a beautiful thing. And I'm so glad that we're here together. We are nourished and nurtured and inspired and guided by this holy, holy energy. Heart to heart. Heart to heart. And I was reminded by a couple of elementary school children this week of a couple of things. Why did God make mothers? It was asked. And the reply was to help us get out of there from where we were born. And I thought, now that is an accurate answer from a 7-year-old. And then, what else? And why did God create mothers? And apparently in my house growing up, and maybe in yours it was, because she's the only one that knows where the Scotch tape is. So anyways, we have a little bit of mirth, we have a little bit of fun, but mostly we're here together to expand this wisdom circle. And I am reminded of a wonderful, wonderful Christian mystic from the 12th century, Hildegard of Bingen. And she was a most extraordinary soul because she was a Catholic nun and practiced in this way, but she wanted to bring a different perspective to what she felt was at that time a much restricted form of religion. And these are a couple of things that she said. She said, divinity is aimed at humanity. Divinity is aimed at humanity, your humanity living as a divine being. And she also said, we are the holy feminine. We are the holy feminine. And I think each of us can take that into our day to day and in every day, knowing that we are holy in nature. And what's beautiful is that the music in the soul, in your soul, can be heard by the universe. It can be heard as a resonance circulating throughout every moment of the day. And we can hear it and we know it. And it's the truth for you. And so we know that this circle and these circles are rapidly moving everywhere in the world. A small circle gathers, a small circle gets bigger, and then that circle becomes another circle and another circle of our own creation, because we are meant to be here together as one. On New Year's Day in 1914, a large crowd gathered to dedicate a new Unity administrative building in Kansas City, Missouri. Everyone was bundled in their heavy winter coats, and the people stood in the dark street before two giant limestone columns. And Myrtle and Charles Fillmore, the founders of Unity, watched as handwritten blessings from around the world were added to the cornerstone from all around the world. And at midnight, the crowd saw electric lights illumine the dark structure as the ring of chimes ended the silence, and these blessings were blessed. Charles Fillmore addressed this crowd, and he said that the foundation must begin with a great idea, an inspired thought, and basically described that that's what unity is. And it was built on the concept of God as spirit. And today we know that unity has grown and has been described as a positive, practical, progressive approach. It's spiritual communities and publications and the Jesus teachings and the prayers, and also knowing that unity honors all the universal principles in all of the religions, encouraging this practice of meditation and spiritual growth. You know, Myrtle grew up in an unorthodox religious leadership as a Methodist. And Charles Fillmore was born on a First Nations community, and he was largely self-educated and learned Christianity through his own self-interest rather than his regular attendance. And when they married, they began to explore all of these personal theologies together in a new religious movement known as New Thought. These groups, they explored progressive perspectives, and they brought in Eastern spiritual ideas, which were very popular with people who were looking for new ways to express their spirituality. They called it syncretism, mysticism, and spiritual evolution. And the combined forms of these beliefs were attempts to synthesize the ideas and the practices, and that mysticism was that experience of direct communion with the ultimate reality, the divine in you. And the mystics also reported that the knowledge of God and spiritual truth means that we live really from our intuition, and that spiritual evolution involves the consciousness unfolding and developing and changing. Many people were affected by the Fillmore's influential books, and they had a whole inventory of them, which they sold in the very first issue of their publication, Modern Thought. They advertised 109 different spiritual books and 94 pamphlets. And they sold them from a one-room office in Kansas City, Missouri. And this included Eastern themes like the Bhagavad Gita, the yoga philosophy, legends and theories of Buddhists, and the light of Asia. And this, my friends, was how unity was birthed to be an even bigger expansion in the world. They also had a list of 7 pamphlets based on the American lectures by Swami Vivekananda in 1897 in Unity magazine. And they were particularly influenced by New Thought teachers like Emma Curtis Hopkins. And they shared their fascination with Eastern philosophy. There was no great Eastern pilgrimages that were happening at that time, not as many. And they actually focused their life for 40 years in Kansas City, Missouri. And one of the most interesting things is that Myrtle Fillmore said this, that since 2 or more gather together have the tremendous power that Jesus promised, what power would be released if thousands could be united in speaking one thought? And that is the Christ consciousness, the divine birthed through you, as you. And in 1893, in Chicago, in the United States of America, the Parliament of World Religions was held. And these were all of the global leaders that had made their way long, long journeys to get here, to bring together all of the world religions in a circle of caring and love and global expansion. And again, in 1993 and 1999, 2004, 2009, and recently 2018 in Toronto, Canada. And this year, in the fall, they'll be having another Parliament of World Religions. And unity so much was part of that early interaction. And myself, I remember as a YOU student, Youth of Unity, attending every summer for a week in Kansas City, Missouri, the big international conference. And these were global youth from around the world. And we were in a big circle, and we were in a small circle, and then we were in another small circle, and we were there to gather the wisdom that comes from each individual in a circle. It is not one person, but it is the collective that makes a difference. Recognizing this divine union with all, this courageous and loving and creative power at the heart of this experience called life. And some people, many people refer to that as our divine feminine energy. And that also is married with our divine masculine energy, our energy of spiritualizing our intellect. And so, folks, 7.8 billion people on planet Earth. We inhabit this beautiful place. And it's crowded in some places and not so crowded in others, but we're here together. We're here together in a circle of caring, holding hands together, knowing that we are inspiring others as we inspire ourselves. So gather together, my friends, in a Zoom circle call where you can all come together in a physical distance as set out by whatever community you live in. But gather in the best way you can. And so in our circle of caring, what we do is we take action. We focus on our spiritual resources, which lie within us first and foremost. And then we take practical action to help others to also listen and allow their divine expression to be felt and heard. And then we use our indwelling spiritual authority, our Christ consciousness. And we say every day, I know what to do, and I do it. Because I know how to be, and I be it. I am a spiritual being bestowed with great power. And it is an inner power. It is an inner sanctuary, a circle of light that has attributes of life force within you. And this inner force enables us to connect with all living things and create harmonized living and communities and societies. So my question to you right now is, how have you communicated with your divine self today? Have you accessed it? I know you have. I know we all do. But just ask yourself in this moment and be honest with what answer comes back. Because when we listen, we hear. And I also wanted to bring up the importance of our Mother Earth. For the earth is alive and contains the knowledge that each of us seek, but it is your consciousness that determines what it reveals. The earth speaks. Love her, honor her, respect her, and she will reveal so many secrets, which really aren't secrets. It's just we forget, and then we remember. For Mother Earth is that living organism, and we love, honor, and respect her together. Together, we can do this in our wisdom circle that we create whenever we choose to do that. And so I'm reminded of that wonderful, wonderful song by Karen Carpenter, Your Loves Put Me at the Top of the World. So when you, in your own personal wisdom circles, can express love and show love and allow people to be their creative expression in the world, however it may look and however it may be, we know that love is what is moving it. There's a feeling coming over me. There is wonder in everything I see, not a cloud in the sky, got the sun in my eyes, and I won't be surprised if it's a dream. Everything I want the world to be is now coming true, especially for me. But the reason is clear. It's because you are here. You're the nearest thing to heaven that I've seen, and I'm on the top of the world, looking all around creation. And the only explanation I can find is that love that I found ever since you've been around. That love has put me at the top of the world. And today I can't help but think about my own son, who's 25 years old now, but this is a picture of him, and I think some of you may have seen it before, but I just had to show it on this day again. At 17 and a half years old, he said, Mom, I'm going to Nepal. And he was so intent to do that. He knew that this was his quest, and he went on his own. And he took himself to the top of the world. And in Nepal, they do have an acronym for the word Nepal. It means never-ending peace and love. And that circle is peace and love. We have a world of love, We have a circle of love, and this global wisdom circle is at your fingertips any day you choose. And we remember that we are here in our human bodies to be in the circle. And maybe we can make that circle look a little bit like a heart too. We know we can. We know that that's what it is. And so we end with a beautiful thought by Hildegard of Bingen. The reality of the divine feminine in its various manifestations are known as the cosmic Christ, or divine images in all beings. And therefore, this goddess, who is in all of nature, is the God within of mysticism. As the motherhood of God, as wisdom, as a circle that is divine power, as a love, the lady who made everything in creation and is the original blessing. As the democracy of the Holy Spirit, as the omnipresence of creativity, as the love of Mother Earth, as the fierceness of the warrior, as the work of the compassion, as the king's daughter, justice, as the igniting of wisdom that we are all born with and have this feminine. And so this is what penetrates everything, my friends. And we know that in this unity community. So go about your day. And as you go about your day, remember to have a beautiful, happy Mother's Day that is unique and special to you. And find a way to expand your circle, your personal wisdom circle. And that's the way it really is.
I just was listening to my neighbors coming home with their two little kids. I'm thinking, oh no, what if the sound is coming through from my apartment door of two little kids and their mom coming home? And and then I thought, oh, it's perfect. I wrote this song for my daughter. It's called Lullaby. And I've often when she was very little, I'd get up late at night in order to write songs because it was like the world was quiet and so was she. And there's an energy in that sort of late night time. And I remember breastfeeding her at night when she'd wake up and we'd be quiet. And that there is this huge circle of energy in just two people going about their business, including mother and baby. So it's called Lullaby. Baby, now you hush. Honey, don't you cry. Every little baby sometimes needs a lullaby. It's not about your age. It ain't about your size. 'Cause even big kids sometimes need a mama's lullaby. And let me kiss your cheeks. Let me dry your eyes. Brush the hair back from your face and sing you lullabies. I will hold you close, right here by my side. Tuck you up in blankets, love, and sing a lullaby. And little tiny hands, little tiny feet. Come on, little baby, it's time to sleep. Big blue eyes, what do you see? Little baby, when you're gazing up at me. And and my heart melted open wide. I found this love locked deep inside, and I will sing you lullabies. Even when you're grown and rocking little babies of your own. Great big cry, my little hungry pup. Little baby wakes our whole house up. Come to me, Mama, she knows best. Little baby suckled at my breast. Oh, so baby, now you hush. Honey, don't you cry. Every little baby needs a mama's lullaby.
Thank you, Edith, for that angelic and heartfelt singing. It's just so touching. And Janet, your talk was so enlightening and encouraging for all of us at a time when we can't physically gather the way we would like to. We know we're connected. Thank you.